Hi, I'm John Shanahan. I'm the director of the Better Bennington Corporation. I'd like to welcome you to the May edition of Spotlight on Bennington. And as usual, we're starting off on a spot that I know you're not familiar with because the place isn't even open yet. I'm looking forward to introducing you to the family who is creating this new venture. It's exciting and it's going to be great for Bennington. And there's a lot to tell you about it, so please stay with us and get to meet the folks who are opening up this place. After we leave here, we're going to head down to Main Street. I know we told you in the past about Jane Outwater, the owner of Naps, Pets, Toys, and Hobbies on Main Street. And they too are also opening up an exciting new spot on Main Street. And after we leave Naps, we're going to go a few doors down and I'm going to introduce you to Lindsay. Lindsay's the owner of the Downtown Lost and Found, another shop on Main Street that just recently opened. So we have a lot packed into the show. Hope you stay with us to meet all these people, hear about these great new things. And at the end of the show, I'm going to talk a little bit about Mayfest, an event that's coming up, as you all know, Memorial Day weekend. And another project that's really important to our community that is being presented to us by the Citizens for the Greater Bennington group, who have been working for the past 8 years on a project that the result is going to be really fruitful for downtown Bennington. Stay with us. I promise you'll be interested in everything we have to show you this week. Okay, we're starting off here, and I'll tell you now where we're at. We're at the future Tap House at Catamount Glass and Factory Store at Catamount Glass. I know all of you are familiar with Catamount Glass, and I'm here with the owners, Adam Volpe, and his dad, Alan Cairo. I'm saying that wrong, Cario.
Cario.
I know, I always say Cairo first, but it's Cario. Alan Cario and Adam Volpe. Thanks you guys for being with us. This is probably the most exciting thing that's happened in our town in a long time. It's really, really cool. I know you've been working on it now for months.
It's been about a year. Last April, I was coming back from Magic Hat. I had an appointment with Magic Hat, and I was walking through their store, seeing all the neat little...
Their factory store?
Their factory store. We do all the glass for Magic Hat. We had a meeting, and they have a factory outlet store where they have beer tastings, they have apparel, and driving back home, I was like, why? We have an old store.
Yeah.
Why can't we turn that into a retail store and sell craft beers to go? Everybody is selling craft beers to go. So I went on vacation. When I came back, I called my dad and said, hey, I have an idea. Here it is out. And he said, what is it? I said, what do you think me opening a retail store and a tap house like beer to go? He said, if I was your age, I'd do it. Get a liquor license. Yeah. I made a couple phone calls that day and got approval with the town, you know, pre-approved, I would say.
Right.
That I could have a liquor license here. We were worried about being close to the school, but everybody was all good with it. And we sat down and started planning.
I remember the first time we met in your office, you started talking about this. I think there was something even before this too. You were looking at some other places around town.
Oh, and, yeah. We were looking into buying carbonates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think the way it turned out is great. But before we even get into what it is, how about a little history on Catamount Glass? You guys have been here.
Well, Catamount Glass, I started Catamount Glass in 1979, and we started in the BCIC building as an incubator company. And it was me and my wife, and you know, the company grew, and as it grew, we needed more space. So in 1985, we bought this building, which used to be called Catamount, believe it or not. And it was built in 1901. And so that's where we started. First we used 2 floors, then we used 3 floors, then we outgrew it. And you know, Catamount is selling in the 50 states. We sell overseas. We have a big following. We sell to Williams-Sonoma, the Crate and Barrel. You know, and we have a certain reputation as the only glass, most of the glass manufacturer in the USA left. And we took it from there. And when Adam came to that idea, I thought it was a great idea because this room here where we are used to be the boiler room. And I always wanted to do something with the boiler room. And when he came to that idea, I said, let's do it.
It looks great. And now, your glass company, you provided some product when we had some guests come to Bennington.
Yep.
And so I went through all the packaging and the boxing, and it doesn't say Bennington, Vermont anywhere on your packaging, even about your company name. And Adam promised you would change that. Is that still in the works?
Yes, it
Yeah,
is.
Yeah, that's good.
all the label says Bennington, Vermont.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, companies actually moved to Vermont to be able to say Vermont on it,
That's true.
since you're a Vermont company and.
But you know, when you live
they're
in
really-
Vermont, you don't think about it.
I know. You know, we take it for granted, but nobody
know.
else does.
But-
Especially companies like Williams-Sonoma and Crate & Barrel,
Yeah.
they know the Vermont
And
brand.
then we also thought that the location itself is a great location because it's,
Speaking of that, where are we?
we on 309 County Street.
In Bennington, Vermont.
There we go.
Bennington,
Good job.
Vermont. Across from us is Bennington Potters, and down the road is Arkin's house. And Earl Gas Station, who's one of the oldest gas stations still doing service, is there too.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a perfect setup. When I travel, I do a lot of traveling for my business, I do a lot of shows, and when you say Bennington, Vermont, the first thing they say, Bennington Potters, Bennington College.
Yep.
Everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. So we want to attract people, just so we bring them here.
It is a great location.
It's a great location.
Yeah, we're working with the Potters in Hawkins House, Earl's Service Station, and we're calling ourselves Four Corners North.
Yep.
And so we're working together.
In-
Advertising, we're going to try to keep our hours the same. So, you know.
In
work
Four
with the
Corners
town.
Antiques as well.
And, oh yes, oh
It'll be
yes,
in
oh
this
yes,
area.
yes.
Yeah, it is a marketing plan or a program that you'll be seeing pretty soon called Four Corners North. Great logo. The design was done by
Yep.
the Bennington Potters.
Yep.
And you guys are a big part of it now because it's retail, 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 and now you'll be retail also.
Yes.
And a lot of interesting things between the pottery, which is the largest attraction downtown
It is,
for the
yeah,
outside
yeah.
public. It's hundreds of thousands of people a year. And looking forward, you've even, in your consideration for your hours and the days, you're keeping in mind what the pottery and what Hawkins House is already doing.
Right.
Correct.
Right. Now, to celebrate, you have an estimated time of opening.
We're looking to be open by Mayfest.
All right. You heard it here. So Mayfest, everybody has to stop here, right? They're going to be open. And just off
Wait for
camera,
a
we had a
pint.
little bit of a discussion about that date. That's a tight opening date, but
Yes.
that is still your plan.
Yes, it is.
And then in the first weekend of August, you also have an event already planned, which is in collaboration with Bennington Potters, Hawkins House, Four Corners, Earl's Service Station, but in conjunction also with the town-wide celebration Bennington Arts Weekend, which is also the Southern Vermont Art and Craft Festival.
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we're looking to put together a homebrew competition between the Potters, Catamount Tap House, and the Hawkins House.
Called the Craft of Beer.
It's
It's
you
called
know,
the Craft of Beer. I
It's
do know
called the
that.
craft.
You know,
Yeah.
thank
I do
you.
know that. And there's
I
gonna
hope you're
be-
gonna edit this, right?
Yeah, there's no, we're in, and there's gonna be a live entertainment. The Julie Shea Band will be playing here
Yes,
during the day.
correct.
It starts at I think 10 o'clock in the
I
morning.
think it's 12 to 4.
12 to 4.
12 to 4.
12
Okay,
to
so it's
4, yeah.
during the day, live entertainment. There's gonna be 50 brewers that you're
We're
expecting.
looking to attract 50 brewers, correct?
So number one, if you're a home brewer, contact who? If they're interested in
We're gonna have a
participating.
website. It's gonna be launched probably within the next couple of weeks.
Craft of Beer.
Craft
There
beer.
already is a Craft of
It's
Beer
already in.
Facebook page.
Facebook page.
Because William from the Master Brewer at
Yeah, the brewer from Madison's is pretty much,
helping organize everything
got
to
it,
get
correct.
going. So you can go to Facebook, type in Craft of Beer, it'll give you some information on how to participate or who already is and the hours of the entertainment and all that information right now. So we're talking about an estimated opening, your first event that's already planned. You also have another event that's planned. Oh, it's even before that. It's July 11th.
Well, we're trying to do something with the Bennington Biker Club. They're having an event on the July 11th.
Yeah, and
from 4 to 8.
takes place on the corner of School Street and Main Street in downtown Bennington.
Right.
It's July 11th. It's the Bennington International Motorcycle Club.
Right.
Remember, they got a huge crowd last year. It was a really fun event. And Alicia and I were there. We filmed there.
Yeah,
so
they said they had a great crowd. And that-
amazing.
They
That was
want
the
to make
first
that
year.
a yearly event.
Can't wait. And we've also invited them to be at Mayfest just to promote the event and show off the bikes because everybody loves that.
Yeah.
All right, so there's your first two events, your planned opening. Now, we're standing here behind the bar
Correct.
in the tap house.
Tap House.
What are you going to be offering? Food, beer?
We're gonna be offering a
Activities.
small menu of food. We're gonna have 16 different drafts. Try to stick with local beers. We will have some guest beers. We're going to have, like I said, small finger, I don't want to call it finger foods, but we're going to have
Right,
like flatbread pizzas, some wings to offer. We're going to be opening at 11:30 and the tap house will stay open to 9.
And now you have summer hours at first, so you're talking 7 days a week?
Summer hours, 7 days a week.
Yeah. And how is it going to work? You walk in, you can get beer to drink here?
You can have a beer here.
You're going to have sampler?
And when we're going to have samplers, and we're also going to have 4 of these taps will be set for beers to go in our half-gallon growlers.
And the reason, there's going to be 16 local beers on tap, and Adam and I had this conversation last night.
We never really talked about that.
4 of them, though, oh, go ahead.
But in 1991, you better edit this because I can't think now. 99, when did I start the decorating business? What year was that?
1990.
Was it 1990?
Close enough,
remember.
1990, what did you do?
I approached him back in the 90s and said, listen, I'm going to be honest with you, the first glass we tried decorating was for Kevin at Mike's. Johnny Bombard came to me and said, I need a glass, we're having a beer tasting. This is when the brewery started to become big in the 90s. McNeil's was coming down from Brattleboro, and he's one of the first brewers that started brewing. And they needed glasses for the event. So I tried printing on this little handheld machine, and I did pull it off, but to really get into the printing business, I needed equipment. And it was an investment, a fairly large investment. So what I did is I went to a show, I found a couple of machines, when I got back, I jumped in my vehicle, and I started heading out to the breweries up north. Offering decorating on pint glasses, growlers, beer bottles. And a couple of the first accounts that I picked up was Magic Hat, Berkshire Brewing over in Mass, Brown's Brewery. The list goes on. And now we've been printing for, like I said, the last 15 years.
And pretty much any glass you see in town that has any design on it whatsoever, for the most part, comes from you guys.
You got it.
And I know
we do weddings, we do bars, we don't just do breweries.
and you donate thousands of those glasses per year.
Yes.
You guys do
Eagles was just over here today. Jim Coe.
And you do
looking
the
for us to do glasses for
Bennington
their
Police Program as well.
Yep,
know
I
that's a
worked with
big
Paul
one.
Doucette in the past. Yeah, Paul's a great guy. In the past, on DWIs and everything during the holidays, we did a holiday glass. It was a big time.
Big business right here in Bennington. I'm glad you're going to be able to now be invited in to see what it's all about. A really interesting aspect, and I know Alicia will catch it on film later, is when you designed the bathrooms for this place, you did it so that it's walled in glass so that you can see the factory, which is in operation in the afternoon.
Actually, that glass was the front doors of Catamount's old store that we tore down.
Oh, okay.
And
I remember your dad was making you save everything. As you go through here, there's a lot of that.
Listen, it was hard.
Anything we could recycle, we recycle into the construction.
Nice.
Front
We did.
door,
Really
some,
nice.
Yep, that front door was found in between 2 walls in our warehouse.
Part of
When
the
they
big
built the warehouse, they closed it in. So that door was the entry door back in the 1900s.
Nice, really nice. So I think we covered everything for the tap house. Now we're going to take you into the factory store, which is right next door. So when you do come in to visit, you're going to go right through the factory store into the tap house. You'll be able to see into the factory. Really cool spot. You guys have done an amazing job. Alicia, I hopefully can catch what the whole place is going to look like. And I know there's still a lot left to do. You got another 3 weeks.
Yeah,
so
2
get
weeks.
cracking. So stay with us. We're going to take you into the factory store. Alan and I are now in front of the desk of what's going to be the factory store. Alan, can you give us a little rundown on what we got going on here?
Well, this we're going to be selling all the product we manufacture. All the product are manufactured in Bennington, Vermont. All the products have been designed by me, which I enjoy doing it. So we're going to be offering all a range of product that we made. We make popcorn poppers, we make coffee pot, we make measuring cups, casserole, anything that's related to the cookware.
Yeah. And it's not just regular, there's always something.
Glass. It's heat-proof glassware.
Yeah, and it's interesting things. The handles, the lids, and the design on everything is what makes it special. And I think is why the reason you're being sold in Crate and Barrel and Williams-Sonoma.
Williams-Sonoma. Last year we won an award because our product eco-friendly. about the Houseware Association.
Excellent. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, we really aim to offer some real good, interesting product.
Yeah, it's a great spot. And you're looking at an opening date here at
Same time.
same time as that?
Yeah.
All right. Great. So, Alan, thank you so much for taking us around
You're
today.
welcome.
Good luck. I can't wait till you guys open in Bennington. So we're looking for Memorial Day weekend right here on County Street. Was it 301?
309 County.
309 County Street. We'll be back here to film once we get open, but make sure you stop here, first of all, on hopefully Memorial Day weekend, but if not, during Craft a Beer Festival. Don't forget, go to Facebook and you can put in Craft a Beer Festival, and that'll be all the updated information. When the bands are playing, all the vendors that are going to be here, and again, your opportunity if you are a home brewer on how to participate. Thanks for staying with us. As I promised, our next stop is here at Knapp's Toys, Hobbies and Music on Main Street. I'm here with Jane Outwater, the owner of Knapp's. Jane, thanks for joining us again. As you know, Jane's been with us now for about a dozen times.
I've lost count.
It's been a long time. So the exciting thing is we're in a new spot
We are.
in Knapp's.
Yep, we've expanded a little bit and brought in an arcade. We're not fully stocked yet. As you can see, we've got some empty spots, but we hope to have around 10 machines, 2 or 3 old-time pinball machines. We've got one machine here that has like 20 or 30 games, many which, you know, will bring back fond memories. Ms. Pac-Man, Galuga, Frogger,
yeah.
things like that, some old classics. So we hope to have a nice assortment of games for kids, for adults, for tourists, for whoever likes
Well,
to
that
play.
Pac-Man and Frogger, that's my speed.
There you go.
I never got beyond that. I actually was never even good at pinball.
I tried a pinball.
Oh.
I was on it for maybe 10 seconds, so I can't say
That's
that
it,
I'm
yeah.
very adept at any of this.
And maybe some of you, I used to have a couple of friends who actually went to pinball camps
Oh,
back in the
Back in
60s,
the
I guess.
day, yeah?
Yeah, which I never did, and they are definitely a different pinball player than I am. They can manage the machine, where I always feel like if I touch it, I tilt it.
well, you know, it is all a little retro, you
Yeah.
know, and I think people are coming back to such things, just like they do the vinyl records that we sell.
Yeah.
Brings back a lot of fond memories, and they're rediscovering these things. So we're hoping it'll be fun for, you know, everybody.
Speaking of vinyl being retro, couldn't remember if I put my microphone back on. You must know about that vinyl record company that is now booming, and the family was trying to talk the original owner into closing down, and he refused to, and now they're busier than ever.
Well, there are some groups now who, when they release new music, they only release on vinyl.
On vinyl?
Yes.
That's really
so
cool.
I don't know how big that will all get, but there certainly is, you know, more and more of an interest in vinyl records.
And for those of us who wouldn't have any equipment to even play vinyl on anymore, I noticed you do sell turntables.
We do sell turntables, and we're out of stock of them right at the moment.
Really?
But we actually have one kind that has also built-in speakers, so all you have to do is buy the $100 turntable and you're good to go. But you could also...
You don't have to plug into an amp or anything.
You don't have to, but you could down the line if you wanted, you know, to get the receiver and better speakers and all of that, you know, you can expand upon it. So we'll get those back in, but those have been very, very popular because it's a really good way to get back into it without spending a whole lot of money.
And they all have updated jacks for...
They also have the USB connection,
USB,
so you
yep.
could actually play it through your computer or upload the music to the computer. So they all have that capability as well.
That's great.
Yes.
That's great.
Yep.
And staying on the retro theme,
Yes.
when we're part of the national program for National Main Street and the Vermont Downtown program, and one of the things that they always ask Bennington to get up and speak about is they ask us to run through what we have on Main Street. Mm-hmm. And everybody, even though we disparage about our downtown,
Yes.
well, we don't, but people do. I love to get up there and say that we have a candy shop, we have a bakery, we have a barber, we have a coffee shop, we have 2 shoemakers, we have a toy store, we have everything that is very retro.
Music stores, we've got, yeah. a
Men's
lot of
clothing,
things.
women's clothing.
Yeah.
It's the way people imagine Main Streets used to be. And when Oldcastle opened last year, I said, now we're even bringing live theater back to Main Street,
Right.
which we got comments from cities all over the country that congratulating us for getting live theater. It's great to be able to say we're bringing an arcade back to Main Street too, because it just adds to the
Right.
fact of this is everything that Main
Another
Street's
reason
used to be.
come downtown.
Yeah, and especially for kids. Now, I'm going to talk about that a little bit.
Yep.
You know, kids on Main Street, it's always been an issue.
Yep.
I used to read articles for Bennington Banner from 100 years ago,
Yep.
and it was those darn kids on skateboards. So it's not a new issue,
Right.
and we've all been there. And fortunately, it's not a big issue here, but it's one that we're always concerned with.
Right.
And we work with Keith Carey from Gamers Grotto, who iron-fisted,
Absolutely.
because he attracts lots
Yep.
of kids there, and keeps an eye on them.
Yep.
The bikes don't get parked on Main Street, and he manages them.
Well, that is also the reason why to enter the arcade, you need to come through our store.
Yep.
It is part of our store so that it's not a separate entity where things can get out of hand.
They can come and go
They
without
are
you
part of
knowing.
our store, and we will expect, you know, behavior that is
Act accordingly.
accordingly.
Yeah, and that's great. And if you haven't been into Naps, come on in. There's lots of children's games and toys. Some of the classics you carry also.
Yep,
In addition to all the musical instruments
Yep.
and the music, and the Ibanez guitars.
Certainly, and we just brought a new line of guitars in, Seagull, which are actually all made in Canada.
Oh, I should be on.
No, come on in. That's Tony
And,
Connor. He's our local artist extraordinaire. So we were just.
Right.
There was a door here.
There used to be. Yeah,
Sorry about that.
no problem.
So we're excited about that because they are actually guitars that are not made in China, even though Ibanez guitars are made in China and are very good. We're very excited to have a line on board that is actually made in Canada.
It's
And
an
so that's
Ibanez
what-
guitar
no,
that's made?
It's called
Oh.
Seagull.
Seagull.
Seagull
Oh.
acoustic guitar, so we just brought that in as well. And we're excited about that.
Nice. And before we close up, your address is,
417 Main Street,
and your phone number is,
802-442-6252.
do you have a website?
We don't, but we do have a
Facebook?
Facebook page, and it's under Naps BT.
Naps VT for Facebook page.
Yep.
That's,
Yeah.
I guess, the more common way
So we
that people
post a
go.
lot of things on Facebook, you know, any specials we're running or new products we've gotten in, events that are happening, that sort of thing.
All right, Jane. And your hours, finally.
The hours right now, we will soon be reopened again 7 days a week. We
The
have
summer
them
hours?
closed Tuesdays, but generally it's Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday 12 to 4. As the good weather sets in the summer, we probably will extend those hours, Friday nights, maybe Saturday nights, so everybody can come and enjoy the arcade.
Yeah,
But
in the
we'll
evening.
play that by ear as the need presents itself.
But you're looking anyway after Memorial Day.
Yes.
When summer really sets in, schools get out.
Right.
Excellent.
Right.
Jane, thanks again.
Thank you.
Congratulations, and thank you for bringing
Thanks.
this to Main Street.
Absolutely.
I told you you would enjoy staying with us. Make a stop down here at Naps on Main Street and check out the new arcade. Bring your kids down. It's a nice place for them to come in, check it out, spend some time, and know that they're being watched. Oh, that's deeper than that one.
This one is nickel plated.
Oh, you gotta hit it.
And these are actually made in the state of Vermont, handmade, out of recycled propane tanks. Are
Where
they beautiful?
where are they out of?
Burlington, I think he's from.
Really, they are cool. And this is makes me think, you know, Amy Anselmo from the Left Bank.
Yep.
They do the drum circles.
Yep.
This would be really interesting sound to add to it. And you're selling these here, I'm
We are
assuming.
selling these here, yes.
Nice, really nice.
Are they pretty?
Vermont Singing Drum. Come check them out. How much are they?
This one is $275. The nickel plated is more, and that is $475.
Really sharp.
And we have sold a few already.
I gotta get Amy over here. Really selling a lot of them.
I think she may have played them.
Oh, she has?
I think she may have.
Awesome. Yep, that sounds great. Here we are at our final stop for May, and I'm going to introduce you to somebody who we are welcoming to Main Street with a really exciting addition called Downtown Lost and Found. I'd like to introduce you to Lindsay Stratman. Lindsay, thank you so much for giving us some time today.
Absolutely.
And we're sitting here in your brand new store.
Yes.
What's the name of it?
Downtown Lost and Found.
And a little bit of history. How come you ended up opening a store? Was it something you've always wanted to do or an opportunity that came along?
A little bit of, it wasn't something I always wanted to do. I was a case manager before this, and I ran a transitional housing program. When I resigned from that position, I started selling collectibles and items online on eBay, and I kind of fell in love with it and started acquiring more of it, and it just kind of blossomed from there. Then I went into doing Craigslist, a Facebook page, and it got so big I couldn't do it on my own. So I fell into the opportunity of getting this store, and I wanted to do something positive and be a part of something positive in Bennington.
Great. You're a great addition to Main Street, especially with this being such a big thing now with either antiques or recyclables or repurposed furniture. We're having quite a few spots in Bennington. It's a nice addition. And now your inventory, I'm assuming, I know she'll film some of it, but it turns.
Yes,
so
absolutely. We're always adding new items. We're always bringing new stuff out. I love buying new stuff, so I love selling the stuff that I have just so I can go.
Wait a second. I thought your mom bought all the new stuff.
No, she buys new stuff for her house.
Oh, I thought it was your mom buys, your dad lugs, and you sell.
No, I go out and I buy. My mother buys from me, which my father doesn't like.
Okay, good.
That's why she's not here today.
You made her take a day off?
Yes.
Good. So, Lindsay, where are we on Main Street?
435 Main Street.
This is the previously.
The Flower Works.
It was the Flower Works.
Yes.
Before Nancy retired, this is where she was located.
She was here for 15 years, yes.
Yeah, yep. So you remember where the Flower Works was? That's where we are with downtown Lost and Found. And that's right next door to Armstrong's on your east side. And who's over here?
Rembrandt's.
Rembrandt's.
Yes.
Easy to find. So first of all, what are your hours here?
We're open 6 days a week from 10 to 7. The day we close actually fluctuates because we're always picking up new inventory, but I run my Facebook page, and so I've made all of our Facebook friends aware of that. We have a phone number here where you can call and check to make sure that we're open. I try to announce it on there if we happen to be closed the day that we're
like a buying trip?
open. Yes, I try to announce it on there the night before so people know. But we're always open Saturday and Sunday. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the guaranteed days that we're open. I'm trying to make Wednesday my closing day.
Yeah. Wednesday is actually a great day to close. We're a tourist town also, so the weekends are really important, and a lot of holidays fall on Monday.
Yes.
And so restaurants and shops that normally close on Monday take a hit when a holiday comes because there's still so many people in town.
Right.
But Wednesday, nothing ever happens on Wednesdays.
Exactly.
Good for you. You got a new phone number. What is it?
It's 442-8884.
Nice job. And what's your Facebook page?
It's Downtown Lost and Found, Bennington, Vermont.
All right. Now, we're talking to some people who haven't been in your store yet. How would you describe your store?
We have a little bit of everything for everyone. We have furniture, we have couches, tables, end stands, lamps, then we have collectibles, knickknacks, linens, regular everyday household items to colored glassware, old video games from Atari to Nintendo, Super Nintendo.
Oh, yeah.
And if you don't see it out on the floor, we probably have it somewhere. We've started a wish list book so people can let us know what it is they're looking for. So A, if we have it, I can go find it and I give them a call and let them look at it before I put it out on the sales floor. And B, if I don't have it, I can go find it for them.
Cool. Very good.
And I've already been able to mark a few people off the list and get them what they were looking for.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So when you're out shopping, you got a whole list in mind?
Yes.
Oh, good for you. That service, try to get that in one of those big box stores that we absolutely hate in Bennington, Vermont. Lindsay, thanks a lot for your time today. Welcome to Main Street. Look forward to you. You know, we have Mayfest coming up in a couple of weeks. Okay, we'll be over to tell you a little bit more about it, but get all your stuff out on the street because it looks great. And I noticed you're already doing that now.
Yes.
Looks really good.
My father.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. He loves that idea too, all that, right, doesn't he?
Yes.
Lindsay, thank you so much and welcome to Bennington. Make sure you stop in and say hi to Lindsay and her mom and Dad, who Dad won't come on the camera right now, but you stop in, you can say hi to him. If you give us a few seconds, we're going to finish up the show here and just talk a little bit about what else is going on in town.
Okay.
Thanks again and good luck.
Thank you very much.
You bet. I promised you if you stayed with us until the end of the show, we would have some really good news for you. If you caught the Bennington banner this morning, you probably read that the group called Citizens for a Greater Bennington have been doing work for about 8 years and have just recently announced that there is an opportunity now for grants available to anybody. There are some guidelines what the money has to be used for, and what it is earmarked for is the economic vitality of downtown Bennington. There's actually 2 grant opportunities. There's that one. And there's also one for any projects along the Walloomsac watershed in Bennington as far as projects there. The Walloomsac Waterway or Watershed, the grants are up to $20,000. And what you do is you submit an RFP. It's just a two-page, I'm sorry, you submit the, like a letter of intent. It's a two-page letter of intent to the citizens group. They're going to jury them, review them, narrow them down, and then pick the second round where you fill out a full grant application. And that's to keep it easy, so you don't put a lot of work into a project that might not get funded. The downtown grant availability is for $150,000 for this year. And what you have to do is same thing. You can download the letter of intent, fill it out, send it into a local not-for-profit, and the not-for-profit will sign off on it for you and then submit it to the citizens group. Those two will also be juried down before a final decision's made. And if you make it into the second round, then you fill out a full grant application. Anybody can fill this out, go through a local organization, a 501c3, who has to sign off on it for you. And the only requirement is that the project that you're proposing will improve the economic vitality of downtown Bennington. So it's pretty broad, pretty vague, and they left it that way on purpose so that they can hear from more people in the community and come up with some great ideas that we have some funding to get some of those projects done. There's $150,000 available in this calendar year, and then there'll be $10,000 available for the next 5 calendar years after that, total of $200,000. So that gives us a lot of leeway to get some, either kickstart some smaller projects or larger projects, or totally fund some smaller projects. The guidelines are all available in the RFP that's available. It's available on the Preservation Trust website, or if you call the Better Bennington Corporation, we can give you the actual link to go in and download the application nice and easily. That's the good news. I hope you all think about it and consider submitting a letter of intent. There are no bad ideas. The jury, or the committee, the selection group that's volunteered to review these is really looking forward to some exciting ideas that we can work with and make happen within the next year. That's our show for this month of May. I'd like to thank Alicia Romack from Legacy Images of Vermont. I'd like to thank Adam and his dad Alan over at Catamount Glass and the new tap house and factory store. I'd like to again thank Jane Outwater, who has been doing a great job in Bennington. We love having her on Main Street, opening up the new arcade. And finally, it was a pleasure being able to introduce Lindsay Stratman here at the Downtown Lost and Found. Look forward to seeing you next month. Please check out our website. It's betterbennington.com, or give us a call at 442-5758. What we got coming up, I guess before the next show, is Mayfest. Put that in your calendars. You all know it's Memorial Day weekend. We have about 20, 30 new vendors this year, so come down, check them out. And finally, I should have snuck in, the Cultural Bennington Group. It's an organization of about 20, maybe 30 arts-related organizations in Bennington. Recently hosted Explosion Bennington at the Country Club. We were hoping for about maybe 10, 15 arts organizations to do a little press conference. Turned out that there was over 25 exhibitors there, and over almost 200 people showed up to see what is going on in the arts world in Bennington. We kind of even surprised ourselves. We didn't realize how exciting the cultural climate is in Bennington, but we really caught the attention of a lot of media outside the area, and we're looking forward to all the attention we're going to get from it. So if you go to our website, you can click on Cultural Bennington. It'll list all of those who presented, all of the entertainment, live entertainment, dance groups, art programs for youth, performance groups, performance venues, and I think you too will be surprised at why we've been recognized as the 15th most vibrant arts community in the entire country. Again, now I'm signing off. Thanks a lot for joining us, and we'll see you next month.